oceans, reality. It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibilities. And you, my friend, are lucky to have lived in the same reality as that of the living legend, the genius jester, Buggy the clown. I am the spectator. I watch all that transpires here, and I do not, cannot, and will not interfere. However, today I shall tell you the story of the one and only Buggy. 39 years ago in your reality, on the 8th of August, in one of the most dangerous and unique islands of the Grand Line, a boy was born. Through many an adventure and genius and devious schemes, his early years flew by until he joined a pirate crew. The pirate crew that will go on to land on the island known to you as Lovetail. Buggy joined the Roger Pirates over 30 years ago, along with a relatively inferior and less significant red-haired child by the name of Shanks. Feeling pity for the boy, Buggy decided to befriend him, and so as to not leave him behind, held himself back and worked as an apprentice on Roger's ship, although he was far more capable. During the early years, Buggy was annoyed at the publicity that the Whitebeard crew received, simultaneously being annoyed that his own crew was being shunned to smaller columns on the paper. This made deep turmoils within Buggy's mind, about revealing his true power to the world, but he decided against it, so as to not steal his Captain Roger's thunder. Also, during these years, he had endless squabbles with fellow apprentice Shanks. Like that time they argued about whether the North or South Pole was colder. The squabbles were elevated to another level after the Devil Fruit incident. Sometime around 27 years ago, in your reality, the Roger Pirates raided another ship out in the sea, and during this battle, Buggy found a map leading to treasure at the bottom of the sea, which he decided to keep to himself as he smelled a trap. The Roger crew had also obtained a devil fruit, said to be worth 100 million bellies. Afraid that this might be another trap, a devil fruit with unwanted rather than unfathomable power, Buggy volunteered to eat the fruit. In his genius, he had made schemes to discard the fruit and reveal his true powers as that of the fruit. But, as Lady Fate must have decided, Shanks made unforeseeable and unrepairable dents to Buggy's genius plan, which resulted in Buggy consuming the devil fruit, which turned out to be the paramecia type, Bara no Mi. For Shanks' unfortunate intervention, he was rewarded with an internal admission into Buggy's bad book. Sometime later, in the New World, Shiki and his Golden Line pirates made a parley with the Roger Pirates to team up and take over the world. The idea appeased Buggy as he made plans to take over both crews. He advised the Roger Pirates to join forces with Shiki. However, Roger refused, and this refusal resulted in the Battle of Edwar, during which Buggy held back, resulting in the battle ending as a draw. A year or so later, on an island in the first half of Grand Line, or Paradise as you may know it, after easily defeating a few Marines, Buggy's keen observation picked up the immense haki of Whitebeard and crew approaching. The two crews battled for 4 days, with Buggy once again holding back. The conflict withered out into a gift exchange. However, Buggy noticed one Marshal Teach, who never slept, and Buggy suspected that, like himself, the future Blackbeard was eerily holding himself back. In the aftermath of the battle, Goldie Roger pleaded with Whitebeard and got a new crew member, the samurai from Wano, Kusuki Odin. Sometime later, the crew and Buggy rode the knock-up stream up to Skypiea. Though Buggy suggested taking the Shandorian Golden Bell down and ending the conflict between the Shandians and the Skypians, Roger turned him down, and Buggy once again held back, deciding not to steal Roger's thunder. Over the next year or so, Buggy travelled with the Roger Pirates to the City of Water, Water 7, to the construction site, Tequila Wolf, to the bottom of the sea, the Fishman Island, to the island on top of a Night Army Norida elephant, Zoo, and to the land of the samurai, Wano, all as Roger and crew charted a map to reach the legendary island, later named by them as Laughtail. However, before reaching the island, Buggy faked being ill and decided to stay behind, wanting to do legendary feats on his own rather than under another captain. The rest of the crew returned from their legendary voyage, and Goldie Roger became known as the Pirate King. Soon after, a fatally ill Roger disbanded the crew, and after a whole night of partying, everyone, including Buggy, tearfully bid him farewell. The crew then dropped off Odin at Wano. Buggy offered to help Odin on his quest to open Wano's borders, but was turned down. The remainder of the crew, one by one, then went their separate ways. In another year or so, Roger was executed by the world government in his own hometown of Lowtown. Buggy and Shanks were present, and they both wept. Later, Shanks, not knowing his childhood friend's true powers, tried to recruit Buggy into his crew, but Buggy refused, having decided to start his own operations. In the great age of pirates, Buggy, for some reason only known to him, decided to conceal his true power and his affiliation with the Roger Pirates. He went to East Blue, the weakest of the seas, embraced his clown persona, and recruited pirates with circus-based combat skills to form the Buggy Pirates, biding the right time to unleash himself on the unsuspecting world. But alas, as fate must have it, one day not long after he reached Orange-town, a thief stole his map to the Grand Line, and he ordered his crew to catch the thief and decided to loot the whole town. Though his crew failed, the thief Nami returned with a boy wearing a very familiar-looking straw hat, and the map claiming to want to join the Buggy Pirates. The devious Buggy put the boy in a cage and asked Nami to execute the boy, Luffy, by lighting the cannon to test her loyalty. Nami, however, refusing to act like a pirate, struck with her staff. An enraged Buggy ordered his crew to kill the two of them. It is at this moment that Roronoa Zoro attacked and cut Buggy into pieces. But, having eaten the devil fruit all those years ago, Buggy's disembodied hand stabbed Zoro. Whilst Buggy was distracted by Luffy's antics, Zoro somehow managed to fire a cannon at the Buggy Pirates. Once the smoke cleared, a clearly unhurt Buggy saw that the three had escaped and ordered his trusted subordinate Moji, the beast tamer, to take his lion and take care of the three. However, Moji returned defeated by Luffy. Buggy decided to lure out Luffy for a fair fight, and once he emerged, fired at him with one of his special cannons. Luffy, with the power of his own devil fruit, bounced back the buggy ball towards the Buggy Pirates, wrecking the tavern, but of course, leaving Buggy unharmed. A duel between Kabaji the Acrobat, Buggy Pirates number 2, and Zoro ended with the latter triumphing. This was when the boy wearing the straw hat proclaimed that he will become the Pirate King. Compared to his old captain, the boy was nothing, and Buggy went on to mock the boy's dreams. Though he did confirm whether Luffy had inherited the straw hat from the red-haired Shanks. Having confirmed, Buggy decided to test the mantle of Shanks' chosen prodigy, though not revealing his true powers yet. In the ensuing battle, he was defeated by Luffy, using many and nefarious means. He let himself be defeated by Luffy and Nami, in the process leaving the map to the Grand Line with the boy, curious to see Mugiwara's future unfold. Having allowed himself to be thrown off the island, Buggy the Clown decided to see what fate brought him next. Navigating alone through the many hardships of the sea and the land, and making friends along the way. Sometime later, he wooed his way onto Pirate Alvida's ship. He learned that Alvida was pursuing the straw hat-clad boy, which sparked Buggy's curiosity of what had become of the boy, and he tagged along with Alvida. On their journey, Buggy spotted his ship, the Big Top, docked at an island, but was aghast when he saw a defeated Kabaji and Moji. He saved his crew from the island's inhabitants, the Kumati tribe, and his crew warmly welcomed him back like the hero he was. The Pirate Alliance then tracked the Straw Hat Pirates to an island of many memories at Low Town. It is here that Buggy decided to trifle with fate. Having managed to capture Monkey D. Luffy, Buggy decided to execute him at the same platform his captain had been executed on. Before he swung, he asked if the boy had any last words, and Monkey D. Luffy proclaimed that he was going to be the king of the pirates. An impressed Buggy swung his sword, and as if by divine intervention, a bolt of lightning struck the platform, temporarily incapacitating an inwardly smiling Buggy. He was then ambushed and captured by the wild marine captain, Smoker. But it seems fate had plans not only for Luffy, as a massive gust freed the Buggy Pirates and encoded a newfound purpose in Buggy, and the King of Clowns decided to head into the Grand Line.